Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining again today. We've got another prop video for you. So as you guys know, recently I've been on a bit of a Ghostbusters kick, and I've modified a handful of Ghostbusters toys. One of those toys was the 32-year-old Kenner Ghostbusters Ghost Trap toy from my childhood, which caught the attention of Ghostbusters News and was featured on their website. So thank you again, guys, for that. And I actually had a customer, a client, send me his, and I just finished modifying his 32-year-old Kenner Trap, and so now this is what his 32-year-old Kenner Trap is looking like and about to go off to its new home. But that's not all, and that's one of the things that we're going to talk about in this video is the other two items that he sent me. So in addition to his trap, he sent me a 32-year-old 1989 Real Ghostbusters Kenner PKE meter toy as well. Now this one is a spare. Obviously the stickers are no longer on it, and it's a spare that has started to have been modified, but I ended up not using this one. But another one that he sent me, which actually was meant to be the spare, but ended up being the main one, and then I just used some parts and whatnot from that one. And the finished product is this. So this is going to be running on a single 2032 coin cell battery. I tried to stay true to the feel and look of the movie while not taking too much away from the Real Ghostbusters cartoon and leaving the toy kind of feeling like halfway in between both. Rather than having the blue cartoonish look, has the black film look, but still has the red and gray knob. Didn't go with the orange or blue knob, but decided to take the toy's antenna, original antenna, which was, came upside down and had a little squiggly thing coming out of it. And I removed it, put it through some PVC pipe, drilled 2 holes through, and installed some LEDs and some wiring. So now there are 2 momentary action switches on this PKE meter, which this one does absolutely nothing, it's just for show. And this one completes the circuit, which turns on all of the LED lights. So this is what it looks like in action. Close up. So there you go. There's the PKE meter, fully modified, next to the original PKE meter with a broken antenna. But just so you can see right next to each other what they look like, the original 32-year-old toy and the now modified 32-year-old toy. So cool. In addition to the PKE meter, he also sent me his Real Ghostbusters Kenner Classics Ghost Popper Retro Blaster action toy. I used to have one of these things as a kid, and I ran around my neighborhood, popping big foam darts off into everybody's lawn, and of course losing them. So this was actually a really kind of fun an amazing thing for me to revisit and work on, and now I'd like to show off what I've done to it. I think the biggest thing that we should show off is the area where the foam darts would be stored when you are not using them has now been replaced with some very large General Electric's capacitors, 6 to be exact. So while this is obviously meant to be a ghost-busting tool, I admit it does have a little bit of a Fallout feel to it. And if you know me, I'm an absolute lover of Fallout, so that should not come remotely as a surprise to you that I kind of took it a little bit in that direction. So on both sides, we have heat sinks. On this side, we have a very large resistor. This is the same resistor that goes on the trap. On the other side, we have a toggle switch. That toggle switch turns on the internal electronics for the lights, which are in a flashing sequence, and on both sides. And I took some vinyl tubing for the popper tube up front, which has 2 separated strands of pink and purple fairy lights that go all the way through the barrel and into the internal section of the gun. Those are powered by 3 AA batteries, which are on its own circuit and turned on and off because there's no external switch installed via a remote control. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. So now the circuit is on, but in order to complete that circuit, you actually have to press the momentary action trigger. And when you do that, you get the effects. So note that not only do you get effects in the barrel, but you also get sweet effects through the window inside the unit as well. I don't know about you guys, but I am very happy with how this turned out, and so is my client. Let's go ahead and take a look at all these props on the turntable. The client was very, very pleased with the look of all 3 props when all was said and done. There's something super nostalgic about working on a toy like this. I honestly do not think that I can convey how enjoyable an experience it was for me. After doing his trap up exactly like I had done my own personal trap, I moved on to the PKE meter, which was a bit of a challenge, and then finally the ghost gun, which also posed some challenges. I had never worked with the latter before, so it was interesting to do for the first time. I was working for a client and not on my own personal project, which is why I elected not to film the process for a time lapse like I normally would. But the client gave me his blessings to make this video afterwards. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know I am doing a good job by giving it a thumbs up. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.